I never thought I'd be one of those people posting a dramatic family fallout story, but here I am. I'm 32 weeks pregnant with my first child, a little girl we've already named Lily. My husband Jake and I have been over the moon about this pregnancy, especially since we struggled with fertility issues for 3 years before this miracle happened. My family has always been complicated. I'm the oldest of 4 siblings, and somehow I fell into the role of responsible one early on. By the time I was in college, I was helping my parents manage their finances. When my siblings needed money for cars, school, or even rent, I was the one they called. I didn't mind. I did well in my career as a financial analyst, and I loved being able to help. When Jake and I announced our pregnancy, everyone seemed genuinely happy. My mom cried. My dad gave Jake one of those crushing hugs, and my siblings all talked about being the cool aunt or fun uncle. My sister Megan, who's only 2 years younger than me, offered to plan my baby shower. "Let me handle everything," she insisted. "You've done so much for all of us. This is the least I can do." I was touched and agreed, though I did transfer $800 to her account to cover expenses. Just in case, I told her, knowing how tight things were for her. We agreed on a date, last Saturday, and I provided a guest list of close friends and family members. As the date approached, I noticed Megan wasn't mentioning any details. I'd casually ask, "How are the shower plans coming?" And she'd say, "All good. Don't worry about anything." I trusted her, so I didn't push. The week of the shower, I texted our family group chat. "So excited to see everyone on Saturday. Jake's mom is flying in Friday night." Nothing. No responses. Friday night came, and we picked up Jake's mom from the airport. She was bubbling with excitement about the shower. "I brought a special gift that's been in the family for generations," she told me, patting her carry-on bag. Saturday morning, I got dressed in a new maternity dress I'd splurged on. Jake's mom helped me with my hair, and Jake took some beautiful photos of my bump. We were ready to leave when I noticed I still hadn't received any details about the location. I called Megan. No answer. I texted the group chat. "Hey everyone, we're ready to head out, but I don't have the address for the shower. Can someone send it?" 3 dots appeared as someone typed. Then my brother Kevin's message popped up. "What shower?" My heart sank. I called my mom. "Oh honey," she said, sounding distracted. "I completely forgot that was today. We're at Dad's fishing tournament. He made the finals. Megan and Kevin are here too." "But, the baby shower?" My voice cracked. There was a pause. "Well, we didn't think it was that important, sweetheart. It's just a little party, right? We can do something next weekend maybe." I stood frozen in my living room. Jake and his mom watching me with concerned expressions as tears started streaming down my face. I don't know how long I stood there with the phone in my hand. Jake gently took it from me and asked what happened. When I explained through tears, his face darkened in a way I'd never seen before. His mother, bless her heart, immediately switched into problem-solving mode. "We'll have our own celebration," she declared. "Let me make some calls." But I was beyond consolation. 32 weeks pregnant, hormonal, and now faced with the stark reality that my family, the same family I'd been supporting financially and emotionally for years, didn't think my baby shower was important enough to remember. Something inside me broke. I went to our bedroom and closed the door. Sitting on the edge of the bed, I pulled out my phone and opened our banking app. I scrolled through recent transactions, confronting the ugly truth. $2,400 to help my brother with his car payment last month. $1,800 toward my sister's rent the month before. $5,000 toward my parents' new roof earlier in the year. Not to mention the countless subscriptions I paid for: Netflix, Hulu, phone bills, Amazon Prime for the whole family. For years, I'd been telling myself this was normal, that families help each other. But in this moment, with my baby kicking inside me as if to say, "Wake up," I realized how one-sided it had always been. I opened the family group chat and typed a simple message: "I hope Dad wins his tournament. Enjoy your day." Then I left the group. Next, I methodically went through every recurring payment I'd been covering. One by one, I canceled them all. Netflix? Canceled. Phone bill payments? Stopped. The automatic transfers to my siblings' accounts? Terminated. I even called my parents' roof contractor and explained I would no longer be making the remaining payments we had agreed on. Jake knocked softly and entered with a cup of tea. He sat beside me without saying anything, just offering his presence. After a few minutes, he asked, "What do you need right now?" "I need to protect our daughter," I said, surprised by the clarity in my voice. "I'm done being everyone's ATM while being treated as an afterthought." Jake nodded. "I've been waiting for you to see it," he admitted. "But I knew you had to come to that conclusion yourself." His mother appeared at the doorway. "I've called a few friends from your list," she said. "They're devastated for you and would love to come over for an impromptu celebration tomorrow. Nothing fancy, just love and support." I felt overwhelming gratitude for these two people who actually showed up for me. That would be wonderful, I managed. We spent the rest of the day setting up a simple but beautiful space in our backyard. Jake hung string lights while his mom and I arranged flowers. We ordered catering from my favorite restaurant, and Jake's mom insisted on baking her famous lemon cake. That night, my phone remained suspiciously silent. No calls or texts from my family. They hadn't even noticed I'd left the group chat. Part of me had expected immediate backlash from canceling the financial support, but then I realized they probably wouldn't discover it until various bills came due. I slept surprisingly well that night, one hand on my belly, feeling strangely peaceful despite the day's heartbreak. Something about setting firm boundaries felt like finally taking a full breath after years of shallow breathing. The next morning dawned bright and clear, perfect weather for our impromptu garden party. As I helped arrange chairs, my phone finally began to buzz. The first message was from Kevin. "Hey, something's wrong with my Netflix. Says the payment didn't go through." Then Megan, "Did you change your phone plan? My service just got cut off." My mother called 3 times before leaving a voicemail. "Honey, there seems to be some issue with the roof payments. The contractor called saying you canceled the arrangement. Please call me back ASAP." I silenced my phone and continued setting up for the party. By noon, our backyard looked magical. Jake's mom had outdone herself with decorations she'd picked up that morning. Soft pink and white balloons, a welcome baby lily banner, and tiny flower arrangements on each table. A handful of my closest friends arrived, each bearing gifts and genuine excitement. My college roommate Emma brought her twins, who presented me with handmade cards. My work friend Sarah organized impromptu baby shower games that had us all laughing. My neighbor Ruth, a grandmother of 5, brought a handmade quilt she'd been secretly working on for months. "I was supposed to give this to you yesterday," she whispered, "but this is even better." The afternoon was filled with exactly what a baby shower should be: love, laughter, and community. Not once did I check my phone, though I could feel it vibrating constantly in my pocket. This moment was for Lily and me, not for people who couldn't be bothered to show up. It was nearly evening when the doorbell rang. Jake answered it while I was opening gifts. He returned to the backyard with a tight expression. "Your family is here," he said quietly. I nodded, handed the gift I was opening to Jake's mom, and made my way to the front door. There they stood, my parents, Megan, Kevin, and even my youngest brother Tyler, who'd been noticeably absent from the group chat drama. "What is going on?" my father demanded. "Why are you suddenly cutting everyone off?" I placed both hands on my belly, feeling Lily kick as if encouraging me to stand my ground. "You all forgot my baby shower. You said it wasn't that important. So I decided that if my child and I aren't important to you, then you're no longer important to my bank account." "But we're family," my mother protested, her eyes darting to the scene behind me where my true support system was celebrating. "Yes, we are," I agreed. "And family shows up. Family remembers important days. Family doesn't take, and take without giving back." Megan stepped forward, tears in her eyes. "I'm so sorry. I completely dropped the ball. I kept putting off planning, and then I have no excuse." For the first time, I saw genuine remorse in her expression. My parents, however, still looked more concerned about the financial implications than about how they had hurt me. "We can talk about rebuilding our relationship," I said firmly, "but things will never go back to how they were. I have a daughter to think about now, and I need to show her what healthy relationships look like." I turned to go back to my real celebration, then paused. "You're welcome to join us, as family members who care, not as financial dependents." Only Tyler accepted the invitation, sheepishly admitting he'd actually bought a gift weeks ago. The others left, muttering about how I'd changed. And they were right. I had changed. As I rejoined the party, surrounded by people who truly valued me, I felt Lily kick again. "I hear you, little one," I whispered. "We're building something better for you. I promise."